Hey, my name is Ryder, and this year I thought it would be a great idea to let my neighbors decide what color my Christmas lights should be. Anyone driving by my house can go to this website, pick a color, and draw on my house. If you know me, you know I'm obsessed with building things and connecting them to the internet, like a machine that churns butter, or a hat that pulls my hair like the movie Ratatouille. And in fact, about 2 years ago, I became obsessed with the idea of letting people control the lights on the CN Tower. I researched everything and I emailed a bunch of people and nobody got back to me. So we're gonna start small and let people control the lights on my house first. And then maybe next year the CN Tower. But before I show you how it works, I want to show you how I built it, because I want you to build the same thing for your house, and eventually we'll be able to control each other's houses. That doesn't make sense. To start, I use WS2811 LEDs, which are great because they're all soldered together. You're also going to want a few wire nuts, a 500 ohm resistor, some miscellaneous tools like a wire stripper, and some cable that you definitely didn't steal from the abandoned house down the road. You'll also need like a Raspberry Pi and a couple other things, but well, you need them. Okay, so starting with the power supply. I first connected it to a plug to plug into the wall for 120 volts, and then it provides 12 volt power, which I can hook up to the LEDs. I'm always nervous when I'm working with high voltage because I am really bad for things like accidentally touching a wire or grabbing the metal part of the soldering iron, but I was just extra careful and it turned out just fine. Now, there are a couple different ways we can build this project, but I ultimately went with architecture like this because it's the right combination of being functional, secure, and most importantly, not taking a lot of time for me to build. When a user visits the website, it's controlled by a server in the cloud. The user modifies the lights on that website, and that site keeps an internal log of what the lights should look like at any given moment. The Raspberry Pi, which has the lights connected to it, checks the website every second, asking it what the lights should be doing. The website shares its internal log, and the Raspberry Pi updates the lights accordingly. Alright, so we got them working, but they're randomly changing, and I wasn't really sure why. And after a bunch of debugging, I figured out that someone knows the website already and has just been f***ing with me. There's not much daylight in Canada, so I decided to put the lights up while I could. And really, this is professional work. Like, this is the kind of expertise and skill that you can only expect from a Canadian. With the lights strung up outside, I then took everything that I had in my room down to the basement, which is where this all will live. And I started feeding wires outside so I could connect them to the lights. Now, what truly makes this project work is two things. One is the Raspberry Pi, which is a microcontroller, kind of like a mini computer. And two is the LEDs, which are individually addressable. This means I can tell LED number 300 to turn red and number 301 to turn blue independently. The Raspberry Pi allows me to do this by connecting data pins to it, which goes in pin 12. Oh yeah, I knocked over the router. On the outside, we need to connect the lights to power, so those 12 volts from the power supplier, and also to the data pin through that 500 ohm resistor. And since I connected my Raspberry Pi to my router, I can log into it from my laptop using a service known as SSH and make changes directly on the Raspberry Pi. I didn't check how much power these use and if the power supply is capable of doing it, so we'll do that right now. 1, I think 2, 4, and 5 strands. 5 times 50 times 0.3 is 75 watts. We should be good. The moment of truth. Okay, fingers crossed. Alright, so that's the power supply. It's now running. And we will go outside to see if this is working. It may not be working though, because I didn't solder the transistor. Resistor, I meant to say resistor. And my soldering iron is at the workshop and I didn't want to drive to go get it. So hopefully it didn't come loose and the lights are working. Let's see. Oh, I see something. Okay. Yes. Yes, they do. Let's see if the flash button will work. No. And if we do rainbow, we should see it register rainbow. There it goes. Excellent. So now the only thing we have to do is get these colors working here. And I think that's just some JavaScript changes that I have to make. This is the best part about programming. Someone has already dealt with this problem before, and they wrote really good code, so I was just able to take it, copy and paste it into here, and it just works. I had to change a couple things, but it's more or less functional, which is the best part. And now on mobile, I know I'm not on mobile right now, but it's replicating a mobile device. I can draw with my finger. Yeah. So let's test it out. Deploy. All right, flash. Nice. And then let's draw over here to be blue. Yes. Yes. Okay, yellow. Let's do a bit of yellow. Yes. Perfect. With it all finally working, it was then time to call a few people and tell them to drive by my house.
Hello?
Hi. Go ahead and draw something and then move it and then let go. There you go.
Wow, I colored in the whole place. What is happening?
Pretend like we're friends on camera.
What does that mean?
It's a whole system that you can control from your phone.
Oh Lord.
So right now they're doing their default little dance.
Regal, majestic.
Very. How this works is you first choose a color, any color you want, and then you scroll down, and then you paint that color in the red box. And let go. And then it should. There we go. It has a bit of your color. So actually, this is a bug I kind of have to fix. So go to clear first. Okay, there we go. Now choose a color and paint.
Well, didn't I hit green?
Well, apparently not.
Oh! Oh my god! Okay, let's go clear again.
Okay.
Let's go pink.
There you go.
Wow. That's cool. And then I could just pick another color?
Yeah. So
Oh, that's still...
did you
I tried to hit orange. Okay, I need to do this without the dog. It's very cold, but...
with your, yeah. Okay, and now let go. And it is now purple.
What's happening with those green stragglers?
It doesn't always get all of them. Because the code I wrote is kind of How is it?
Oh. Let's go traditional. I'm gonna go green and red.
Okay, so if you hit, yeah, go down there, special effects. So you can press one of them. It does this little fade.
Oh, it's strobing.
In addition to drawing on the house, I also wrote a few special effects that people can trigger. Color flash, pinwheel, chase, and twinkle. I decided to leave a few extra ones off of the options just because they're a little harsh and my neighbors might hate me afterwards. I figured it would be good for kids because parents will bring their kids back and be like, hey look, I can change the color of these lights with my mind. I like the little bit of blue and red that's down there, which is totally not an error in my code.
It's not?
It is. 3 words that you would use to describe it.
Sexy, fabulous, festive.
Ooh. Okay, so what do you think?
Thoroughly impressive.
Awesome. Excellent.
Fantastic lighting display.
You should have said it f***ing sucks.
Alright, fine.
Okay.
Ask me again.
Cool. Okay, what was it like?
Mediocre at best.